How many times have you teamed up with a creator full of excitement, only to watch the excitement fizzle out right in front of your eyes? You've done the legwork, scoured the internet to find a creator who seemed like the perfect fit for your brand. You loved their content, loved their personality, and the audience they reached. You got them onboarded, equipped them with an affiliate link or code, and then it was time to wait. And then, nothing. No sales, no buzz, just silence. Sound familiar? It's a scenario that many brands face. You find a creator with the right style, solid engagement, and a personality that fits your brand like a glove. It all seems perfect, but when the expected results don't roll in, you're left scratching your head, wondering where it all went wrong. Here's the good news. This doesn't have to be your story. There are ways to keep your creators not just on board, but actively engaged, enthusiastic, and most importantly, successful in promoting your brand. Today, we're diving into the strategies that make the difference. From keeping communication lines open to incentivizing and building a community your creators are excited to be a part of. Stay with us till the end. You won't want to miss the key tips that could turn your creator marketing around. Now that we've set the stage for what it takes to create strong, lasting relationships with creators, let's delve into one of the most powerful tools in your arsenal, keeping them engaged through communication. Specifically, communication that is personalized, exciting, and often. There are a lot of ways to communicate with creators, whether it's sending them DMs or even just posting where they follow you on social media. But today, we're going to focus in on email communication. You might be wondering, why email? In a world buzzing with social media, email remains a personal, direct line to your creators. While there are several platforms out there, we're zeroing in on Klaviyo, a frontrunner for Shopify users, and it syncs beautifully with Buzzbassador. This integration is a game changer for managing your creator marketing campaigns efficiently and effectively. Engaging your creators through email is about more than just keeping them updated. It's about building a relationship, offering them value, and making them feel a pivotal part of your brand's journey. With Klaviyo's advanced segmentation and personalization capabilities, you can do just that. Let's dive in and see how you can use Klaviyo to turn the art of email communication into a science. The first step of any good email nurturing setup is to make sure that your contacts are segmented well, so that you can send targeted communication to only the certain people it's relevant to. For example, if you have a creator that's been working with you for a long time, it wouldn't be relevant to send them content that a brand new creator needs to know, right? Or let's say you have a creator that has made 0 sales for your brand. You wouldn't want to send them content with tips on how to generate return buys from sales they've already generated. Hence, the importance of segments. The cool thing about Buzzbassador is we take all your creators and we sync all of the information that would be useful for segmentation over to Klaviyo for you automatically. So, using the 2 examples I already mentioned, you can segment your creators easily based on how long they've been working with you and how many sales they've generated for you. Let's walk through how to create a segment in Klaviyo. First, go to Klaviyo and head to the Segments tab. Then click Create a Segment. You're then going to name and define your segment. We'll start with a segment based on how long someone has been active. Let's do new creators, so people who have been working with you for 30 days or less. We'll then name the segment New Creators Less Than 30 Days, so type that into the name field. To define the segment, which basically just means setting up the actual rule that ensures that people are added to this segment, we're going to use this definition section right here. In the definition dropdown, select what someone has done or not done. Buzzbassador syncs in real time when you approve a creator to work with you, and keeps record of that activity on their Klaviyo profile. So you just need to use that synced activity to define this segment. You're then going to fill the next 4 fields in as at least once in the last 30 days. This will ensure that only creators whose Klaviyo profiles show that they've been approved in Buzzbassador in the last 30 days will be included in this segment. Now, create the segment. The cool thing about this is it dynamically updates, so every time you approve a new creator, they'll be automatically included in this segment. Every time a creator reaches 31 days of being active with you, they'll be automatically removed from this segment, ensuring that only new creators are ever in this segment. Now that this segment is created, you can create Klaviyo email flows and campaigns to target this segment specifically. Since it's a group of new creators, we recommend setting up a flow of about 4 emails over the 30 days, so about 1 per week, each including valuable resources and insight to set up your new creators for success. For example, if you're a food product, you could send an email that includes a product guide that breaks down the ingredients in your products, recommended recipes, and benefits of the food, so that the creator can share those with their audience when recommending your product. You could even send an email coordinating a welcome gift, also known as product seeding, by including a link to a private free ordering collection exclusively for creators to enter their shipping details to receive their PR package. The options are really endless, but the goal should be to keep your creators feeling engaged, delighted, and like they're receiving a ton of value by working with you. And in the first 30 days of the relationship especially, creating that positive experience is crucial. Who doesn't love a great first impression? So we've gone over how to use Klaviyo segments and flows together to engage your new creators. But what about other ideas for creator email engagement in Klaviyo? I'm going to run through 5 more segment and flow combinations that we recommend to our merchants to engage creators throughout their whole journey, all with the goal of building stronger relationships and generating more sales. This will be a bit of a rapid fire round, but feel free to pause and take screenshots. Number 1, a segment for all creators who have never generated a sale. These people need a little extra push, so use this segment to create flows with regular automated emails, including nudges and reminders to be sharing their affiliate link and code, tips on converting their audience to customers using certain talking points about your products, content ideas, and even examples of creator success stories to motivate them. Here's how to set that segment up. The second segment we recommend creating is for all the creators who haven't generated a sale in the last 30 days. Maybe these people brought in lots of sales at the beginning of joining, but they've recently gone cold. You want to re-engage them and remind them of the incentives that wait for them on the other side of bringing in sales. You'll use this segment to send similar emails to the ones you sent in the first segment, nudging creators to post and share, helping them with how to promote you, and giving them a little extra motivation. This flow is going to be even more dynamic than the first one because it's based on a recent specific time frame. Here's how to set this segment up. Number 3 is a segment for all creators who have ever generated at least one sale for you. This is an easy way to target those who you know are capable of bringing in sales and engage or mobilize them to do it again. Use this segment to send emails that keep these people motivated, engaged, and happy. You can invite them to exclusive competitions for additional incentives that only sales earners are invited to join, or give them insider updates on product drops or upcoming brand events. For example, here's how to set that segment up. Number 4 is again a similar segment to the last, but just for a more specific time frame. This segment is going to be for all creators who have generated at least one sale in the last 30 days specifically. Again, this segment is a great way to motivate and engage people who you know can perform, and it's even more dynamic and targeted than segment number 3, because it bases the communications on those who have performed well within a recent specific time frame. Here's how to define this segment in Klaviyo. Last but not least, we're going to create a segment for the creators who have generated enough sales in the last 7 days to rank in your top 10 sales generators. If you already have a Buzzbassador account, you know that on your dashboard, you have a leaderboard that shows you the top 10 sales generating creators within a selected time frame. This segmentation in Klaviyo only works for those who have reached leaderboard status in the last 7 days, which makes the segment even more valuable because it's based on success in the most recent time frame of them all. You can use this segment to engage these successful creators by congratulating them on their earnings and making them feel as valued and appreciated as they truly are. Positive reinforcement with the creators who are already succeeding is one of the most powerful ways to continue and expand that success. And lastly, here's how to set this segment up in Klaviyo. Alright, we've nailed down how to communicate with creators using Klaviyo. But how do you really get them excited and active? Let's talk incentives. Now, it's not just about commission. Sure, that's a big part of it, but creators often look for more. They want to feel valued, recognized, and part of something bigger. This is where platforms like Tremendous come into play. What exactly is Tremendous? It's a tool that lets you easily send cash rewards in one simple way, and lets your creators choose from hundreds of different ways to accept the cash. This means that your creators have more control over how they are rewarded. Some creators may prefer receiving gift cards to their favorite brands, while others may prefer cashing out the money directly with Venmo or bank transfer. With Tremendous, it doesn't make any difference to you, because you're sending the same amount of cash either way, and you don't have to worry about setting up hundreds of different payment methods for each of your creators' unique preferences. You send the cash to Tremendous, and Tremendous makes sure that the creators get it the way they want to get it. How about that for rewards that resonate? Once you've narrowed in on using Tremendous to use rewards, you've got the how down. Now it's time for the when. When should you be rewarding your creators? At what point of their journeys, or in return for what actions, should you be incentivizing them? Of course, the norm is to reward for every sale a creator brings in. They promote you, their referral code or affiliate link gets used on a purchase, and you say, great, here's your commission, and leave it at that. And if you're offering competitive commission rates, like 20 to 30% or more, then that may be enough. But 10 to 15% commission alone often could be too little of an incentive to encourage long-term, repetitive sales-generating activity. Remember, these creators spend a lot of time and effort to get these sales. Creating and posting content can take hours or even multiple days of work, trust me. And they're not going to want to do that repeatedly, unless there's a strong incentive on the other side of that work. To really incentivize your creators, take it a step beyond commission alone. Consider setting up rewards for specific achievements or milestones. For example, pay out a cash bonus for reaching a certain number of orders or sum of sales. Send a cash bonus when the creator reaches a certain number of posts about you. Did the creator generate a ton of sales off of one post that went viral? Celebrate them by mailing them a thank you note and gifted products. If the creator generates a record-breaking order in terms of AOV, celebrate them with an additional bonus. Almost every brand out there offers commissions, but offering competitive commission rates, or taking it even a step further and incentivizing creators beyond commission alone, can help you really stand out. Again, encourage sales through positive reinforcement. The good news is that although this may sound like a lot of work, Buzzbassador can help you do it all. Not only are we launching a direct integration with Tremendous that allows you to send any reward in that one simple step and immediately offer your creators hundreds of payout methods, but we are also launching a campaign suite, which will allow you to set up extra incentives in exchange for actions like posting, engaging on social media, or reaching certain sales goals. So be on the lookout for our near future product launches, because you won't want to miss this. In fact, you can sign up to be notified when we launch new features by filling out this quick contact form. Okay, so the last tip we'll go over for activating and mobilizing your creators is a word that you've probably heard a lot recently. It's become a bit of a buzzword in the e-commerce and marketing community, but that doesn't make it any less valuable when done right. We're talking about community. If engaging communication and motivating incentives lights the fire in your creators, a strong community is what keeps it burning. Building a community for your creators is about creating an environment where creators feel a part of your business and your brand story, where they have opportunities to share, learn, and grow with other people who have things in common. A strong community will enrich your creators' lives in a way that makes them want to stick around, because they're actually getting value out of being present. Let's look at how you can build this community. It's not just about having a space for your creators, It's about making that space meaningful. From choosing the right platform to fostering active participation, we're about to dive into how to create a community where every creator feels at home and valued. First, choose your platform. There are a ton of platforms out there to help you create communities where people can connect. We've seen brands do it on Discord, Facebook groups, Instagram DM groups, and close friend stories, and even platforms specifically for brand communities like Heartbeat. There are pros and cons to each of these, so make sure to do your research and select the one that fits your budget and the structure you have in mind for your community. Once you've narrowed in on your platform of choice, create the group and give it a name. Make sure its settings and appearance make it clear that this is a group by your brand specifically and exclusively for your creators. Once the community is all set up and ready to go, the next step is obviously to add your creators. Make sure you send a personal invite, whether by email, DM, or text, explaining the purpose of the community and what the creator can expect by joining. You can even make joining the community a requirement to join your creator program by including the link to the community in your Buzzbassador application form and not approving an applicant until you've confirmed they've joined. Once your group is live and creators have joined, the key is to encourage active participation. Make sure you are sharing updates from your end at least once a week. You don't want to build up a bunch of hype around the community just to let it go cold. Share product updates, host competitions and giveaways, and solicit feedback. Encourage your creators to share their achievements and challenges. Host recurring networking opportunities like group calls or digital happy hours that are just for chatting and getting to know each other. Consider hosting workshops that provide actual value to your creators, such as content creation best practices, or even tips on how they can grow their own audiences. The more positive interactions, the better. Most importantly, celebrate your community. One thing we see our brands do often within their creator communities is share a screenshot of their Buzzbassador leaderboard each month, tagging and shouting out the creators that performed the best in that month. This not only provides a sense of pride, accomplishment, and positive reinforcement to the leaderboard creators, but it also encourages the others in the group to strive for that goal. Having a strong, engaged community is just another thing you can do to set yourself up for success in your creator partnerships. If you build a meaningful community, offer standout incentives, and send out stellar communication, you already have the core pieces in place to make an amazing creator marketing strategy. So that's a wrap on our playbook today for how to activate creator partnerships for marketing success. Remember, it's all about making real connections. Those emails, rewards, and groups, they're not just items on a checklist. They are your toolkit for building partnerships that go beyond the usual. Partnerships where creators don't just like your brand, they're super fans of it. And they feel like that you're also their biggest fan. So take these ideas, try them out, and watch how your brand and your creators grow together. And remember, Buzzbassador is always here to help you along the way. Don't forget to sign up for our product launch notifications. And if you aren't already on our platform, you can give us a try for free for 2 weeks at this link. Until next time.